All right, what's going on, guys? Had a couple people waiting. That's a first. What's going on, Kevin? Let me get this chat set up on my laptop here so I can keep up with, well, the chat stream, obviously. Hope you are doing good today. I didn't have to work today, so I'm doing pretty good. Went in early and they didn't need anybody, so I was like, I'll work on some YouTube stuff and catch up on some things I needed to catch up on. So, yeah. Let me find my stream. Here we go. We got 7 people in here. What's going on, guys? Let me know who you are and where you're from. See, we got life changes. This is my first time watching your live stream. Well, that's amazing. Hopefully it's a good experience for you. Got a little bit of a light box over here. I decided to go ahead and throw my background up. It looks a little bit more professional, I think, than what I had been doing. Amy from New Mexico, thank you so much. You comment a lot on my videos. I'm your neighbor here in Texas. Wow, all the way from India, Garib Ryder. Nice to meet you. Nice for you to join the live stream. I hope I did a pretty good job promoting this a little bit better than I did my other ones, especially on my Facebook group. I finally am able to, I figured out how to post my live stream link so people can just click on that and wait for my live stream to come on instead of just at the last minute live streaming. People had a little bit of a heads up. So yeah. So we got 10 people in here. Aside from answering some questions, guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them down there and we'll start talking. But I kind of want to talk about a couple things that I want to do with the channel. I might do a few shout outs. Crazy skill sets, double time. Hey, because of you, the world of anxiety is less scary. Wow, that means a lot. I see you commenting on some of the videos. That's great. I'm so happy that you feel that way. I do my best to help out. Jason, what's going on, man? How are you doing? So, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in any of my other live streams or anything like that, but I kind of want to start doing some mukbang videos. And if you don't know what those are, they're kind of popular on YouTube right now. Basically, people, they're like eating a meal. They kind of show it off. They kind of do a story time with it. And I've been wanting to do story times on my channel for a while, and I think that'd be an awesome way to combine a great story with an awesome meal. And yeah, I'm excited about that. The very first mukbang video I'm going to do is actually going to be my last meal of chicken because that's the next meat that I'm quitting. If you haven't kept up with my health challenges, I've already quit eating pork. I think pork was like 3 months ago, and it's been about 2 months no beef. So I'm doing great with that and aims of bettering my health and my digestive system. Chicken is the next thing I'm wanting to give up. That's going to be the hardest thing ever. Like, I'm a chicken holic. I love it, man. So I'm probably going to do my favorite place, Church's Chicken, some fried chicken, and get some sides and have a good story for you guys and set it up. Right now, I'm trying to get a new mic. So whenever Patreon payment rolls around on the 1st, thank you to all of you that are patrons, excuse me. So a huge shout out, I believe, to Kimmy, Corey, Depersonalization Dude, Saul, Jonathan, and Emma. So thank y'all so much for joining the Patreon page. It means so much, and it helps me get things like this background, this light box that I have here. I'm going to get a mic soon so we can start doing some mukbang videos. I would like to do some ASMR videos in the future, but with that, I don't want to be like one of those extra creepy ones because that's just not my style. I'm not saying that it's bad for those who do that, but it's just not my style. I'm probably going to do like some cool ASMR. It's going to be like some weird sound effects, some ASMR videos that people haven't really done. So that's my goal, doing that. So let's see what we got going on. Green Rider, sometimes my arm has pain, but my cardiologist says I'm fine. Yeah, I dealt with that a lot. I had a lot of symptoms that mimicked heart attacks. I would have shooting pains just in my left arm. I was really concentrating on that area of my body, and I literally feel like I made pain happen by literally concentrating on certain areas. I feel like it enhanced the muscle tension in certain areas. I got so good at this Not something to be good at, not something to brag about being good at, but I was very good at like focusing in on an area of my body and causing muscle tension and pain in that area. So I dealt with that a lot. I would also have numbness and tingling in that same left arm. My right arm would be fine. So I was like, man, I have something wrong with my heart. So you're not alone there. Amy R, no chicken at all. No, I'm going to try this. I eventually want to be a vegetarian. Ending goal would be a gluten-free raw vegan. I don't know if I could ever sustain that, but I really, really, really would like to improve my health. So it's going to be a big challenge for me. I'm taking it slow, though, as I think everybody should. I'm not one of those guys that can just go from eating tons of meat every single day to full-on vegetarian, vegan, and not take baby steps. I'm taking baby steps so I can be successful, and I know me. And I suggest that to everybody. If you're trying to get in shape, get healthy, do small little things each week or two, set a little goal, and then over the long term, you're going to have a bunch of amazing changes. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Crazy skill sets. Plus, you're going out with a bang, like literally like a mukbang, and I'm going out with a bang with like the fried chicken and everything. It's gonna be sad. It's like I'm nervous. I'm gonna like cry in the middle of my first mukbang, like stuffing my face with chicken. I'm gonna try to eat as much as I can. I'm gonna fast that whole freaking morning. I may not even eat dinner the night before, so I can get as much as I can in my body. It's going to be crazy. I'm going to get the mashed potatoes, the jalapeno cheese bombers, the french fries, coleslaw, macaroni and cheese. I'm going to get all of that with it, man. I'm going to stuff myself with some chicken. And I think whenever I eventually quit fish, which that'll probably be another couple months to 3 months, I'll probably do a Long John Silver's mukbang as well. What's going on, Jeremy Watson? How you doing, man? I've seen you in the comment section quite a few times. Noel Fernandez. Hi, Trey. Do you get sleepless nights when you have anxiety? I did. It's kind of one of the sucky parts of anxiety is the insomnia. Whenever you're having horrible panic attacks and it's really, really bad, there is not much I can tell you to fix it immediately. Obviously, working on yourself in the long term is going to make your anxiety go down, which in turn is going to help with the insomnia and the sleepless nights. It sucked, man. I would have to get up for work the next morning. That would add to the anxiety. I didn't make it to a lot of jobs, and I had to quit a lot of jobs because I just couldn't even show up to work because I wasn't getting any sleep. This would happen strings of like 2 to 3 days mainly. So it would happen in spurts. This wasn't an every night thing. It was whenever I was going through a bad anxiety stint. So, yeah. Let's see here. But to answer your question, yeah, I did have that. And some things that you can do, the best thing I can tell you to do for short term, don't be looking at any bright lights, bright screens, TV. Turn that stuff off an hour before bed. Let your mind relax. Let your eyes relax and adjust. Don't do any crazy exercise right before bed. Do that earlier in the afternoon. Aside from that, make sure you're not, don't stuff yourself with food right before you go to sleep. I wouldn't try to rely on Benadryl and alcohol. I used to use Benadryl to help me go to sleep when I had bad panic attacks, and then I started using Benadryl every single night. So don't get caught up in that. And guys, just to mention real quick, I do have super chat enabled on here. So if you want to make a donation to the channel, it supports the channel. I'm just going to let you know that super chat is enabled. What it's going to do essentially is it's going to highlight your comment, make it my first priority among all these comments. So that's there. I always feel awkward when I have to mention it, but I just feel like I should mention it. All right, let's see here. Life changes. When are you going to do a collab with Noah? Big no. I don't know. I gave him a super chat and in one of his live streams and said, hey man, I want to do a collab. So hopefully we can work that out. I might send him an email again and see if I can get in to talks with him. I don't know if you saw that live stream or whatever, or if you're just straight up asking me if I'm going to do a collab with him. Really awesome channel. Go check him out. Big no. He does a lot of videos on testosterone replacement, but he does a lot of addiction recovery videos. He's sober and clean right now, and he's making a huge difference. And he has some videos on working out, healthy living. He does everything. So check out his channel for sure. Shout out to Big No. Breaking Neck, what's going on, man? How you doing? Still doing that vegan stuff, man. All right, Fanny Beauty. What would you recommend if I need to get surgery, but I suffer from anxiety? Well, with that, that's just kind of one of those things that you're going to have to just do it. I mean, obviously, you're going to have to get your anxiety in check so you don't freak out the day of surgery. I guess if there's any way that I can ease your mind, you might worry about it before, but once you start falling asleep, nothing is going to matter to you but sleep, and then it'll be over just like that. So I'm not like somebody who's had a ton of surgeries or anything. I've had one surgery, but it wasn't a horrible experience, and I made it through, and I was 6 years old. But it's scary. I mean, I think it's scary to anybody being put to sleep. So you're not alone with that. I don't have really any anxiety disorders anymore, but I still would be nervous about it. So it's completely normal for you to be nervous about going to have surgery. But aside from that, if it's a real big issue for you, I would just keep on upping your efforts on facing your anxiety, exposure, being proactive, and just doing all the things I talk about in my videos. Let's see, Mookie. People tell me exercising is good for anxiety. DP, I tried to go for a jog and got to the gym, but the social anxiety kicks in. Yeah, that's exposure therapy is going to be big for that. Exercise is great for anxiety. That's one of the main things that I used, an amazing tool that I used to help me reassure myself that I wasn't dying. Now, of course, in the beginning, it was kind of scary. You know, I was like one of those hypochondriacs that thought I was just going to drop dead, you know, if I started doing any physical activity. And in the beginning, that did keep me from exercising, but I started to realize I got to face this fear, which all of us do have to face our fears to get better and to grow. We only grow when we're uncomfortable, right? So I had to start doing exposure therapy on myself, and I had to, you know, just do little by little. You know, I would take a walk outside, walk around, break a tad sweat for a few days. And then after that, I'd walk half a mile. Then I'd walk a whole mile. Then I was walking 2 miles and running half a mile, jogging. And then I was adding weightlifting, and then it got better from there. Just do little by little. Don't overexert yourself in the beginning. I will say this is something I really haven't ever mentioned, and I I feel like I should make a video straight up on exercise and anxiety, the benefits, things to watch for. I will say this. If you go totally ham in the gym whenever you have really bad anxiety and really bad nerves, it actually can aggravate your anxiety. And this isn't to freak anybody out, but it kind of revs your body up. So you want to work into that. So I would suggest, especially not doing this right before bed, but try to exercise in the morning, early afternoon, things like that, and work your way up to higher intensities. Just don't go hard that first time. Start out small. That's what you should do with everything in life anyways. Let's see. So hopefully, Mookie, that helps. Just work on exposure. Work on doing small things. Maybe you don't need to go to the gym right now. Maybe you need to just take walks around your house, up and down the street. You said you were dealing with some social anxiety. I get that. Just work on just doing the exercise in your own little environment where there's people, but it's not concentrated. And man, I need to make some more videos. I need to make some videos on social anxiety. That's something like that I have not really touched on very much. Awesome. We got 22 people in here. I think that's ties the record of how many people I've had in here. That's awesome, guys. All right. Crazy skill sets. Hey, you deserve it, man. Sweet. Thank you. Garib Rider. Yes, numbness is the problem. Yeah, and in the best way I can describe like numbness and tingling is blood flow. And I've mentioned that in a couple of my videos. Yeah, basically whenever we have high amounts of adrenaline going through our body and we're in that fight or flight response, the blood flow kind of gets centralized to our core. And this is after I've done some research on this, so this is what I've read. There could be some other theories out there, and you're free to share that on this chat board right now. But from my research, my theory is that after a lot of evidence going into it, is that the central part of our body, and the core is more important whenever we're in that fight or flight response. So the body pushes the blood in those areas to support that and to support your internal organs so you can get away from danger, if that makes any sense. So it leaves less blood flow to our extremities, so our hands, our feet. That's why sometimes they can be cold. That's why sometimes you'll get that numbness type, feeling and tingling. Noel Fernandez, thanks, Trey. God bless you. God bless you too, man. God bless you too. Adam Nelson, what's going on, dude? Holla at your boy. Yeah. What's up, Adam from Utah? Keep on fighting, anxiety warriors. Oh yeah, man. We all are fighting every single day. That's the plan. No days off, guys, when you're trying to recover from anxiety. No days off. Whenever you take a day off, like straight up, anxiety is just going to keep on catching up with you. So you can't take off, especially when you're in recovery. It's awesome. Thanks for joining, Adam, and thanks for that encouragement. I like that positivity. Agree, Brighter. Yesterday, I had 3 burgers at Burger King, and today my anxiety has increased slightly. Yeah, man. Processed food, fast food, all that stuff is terrible for anxiety. And if you have kind of bad gut health, that could be contributing to your anxiety, and those 3 burgers are not going to do you any favors. I would often get bloated and have heartburn, trap gas, GERD, indigestion, you name it, after eating a horrible meal, and my anxiety would just kind of peak right after doing that. Hey, what's up? We got 24 people in here now. Wow, so that broke my record. Right as I say that, we jumped down to 23, but that broke my previous record, so gradually getting there. I'm probably going to set my live streams here in the middle of the week kind of environment. So no more weekend live streams. Not right now, because the last live stream I did, guys, there was like 6 people in there, and it got like awkward. Like I was literally running out of stuff to talk about. I even had a few things to talk about, but there's so little people in there that there weren't a lot of questions coming in. It got pretty awkward. I'm not going to lie. So let's see where I'm at here. Amy, magnesium glycinate is great for insomnia. Yes, I've heard good things about that. Crazy skill sets. You are so right. Leave it up to me. I had the mother load of cancer. Whoosh, it's so crazy. I just want to say, I think my future looks bright again. I'm not sure. What you're saying. Okay, your future looks bright again. Okay, sorry. Got a little confused there. Yeah, just keep working. I thought I had every type of cancer as well. So, yeah, I would graduate from one disease and then move on to exploring some other disease that I wanted to diagnose myself with. Because, I'm a doctor, right? We all think we're doctors. Just go ahead and laugh at that. Just go ahead and laugh real quick. Like, we think we got to skip like 8 years of, school and just become a doctor automatically. Isn't that nice? Like, we straight up know like everything about the body, and we know everything. We're good enough to diagnose ourselves and other people. Let's see. I would love to see that. Breaking neck, shaving, LOL, and I cheated today. Oh, that's okay, man. Just keep on. Honestly, if you can just, even if you're not like a vegan all the time, like, I mean, you couldn't call yourself a vegan, but if you're eating vegan foods all the time, then you're doing something good. So don't be too hard on yourself. But don't tell everybody you're a vegan either. Let's see, life changes. I did see the live stream. You and him are the reason I'm making my videos. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Small world. So Life Changes saw a live stream of Big No No. And I sent him a little super chat and asked him, when are we going to do a collab? I'd love to do one. And he said that'd be cool. He's a pretty big channel. I think he's got like 86,000 subscribers. So yeah, shout out to him again. Great channel. A lot of videos on addiction recovery. So if you're suffering from addiction, especially alcohol, he is the main person you need to go see. So Calming Spaces, hello. Hey, what's going on? Thank you for joining the live stream. Garib Ryder, 2 a.m. here, sleep with me. Oh man, I don't even remember the last time I was up at 2 a.m. I really don't. I used to stay up all the time. I guess I'm getting old. I have 3 kids and a wife, and I work Monday through Friday, so I do not stay up that late. Even on the weekends, I just don't have the energy to stay up that late anymore. I guess that's not a bad thing. But I used to always hang out and party with my friends back in the day, so, I'd be up at all hours of the night. And when I had horrible anxiety, there were times where I didn't get sleep for like 2 or 3 days. That's like the most miserable thing, is not having sleep for multiple days. Fanny Beauty, thank you. You are so welcome. Crazy skill sets. Y'all 2 guys together. That's like when LA said LeBron is coming to LA. Can't wait. I mean, his channel's a lot bigger than mine. He's doing really, really good. It's like LeBron asking Jeremy Lin to come, be his sidekick. Majorek, sorry if I'm mispronouncing some of these names. Did you ever have paranoia? I think I would have that kind of mixed in with depersonalization and derealization episodes. I would feel very vulnerable, and that's kind of the paranoia that I would have. Aside from that, I never really dealt with a lot of that, thankfully, because it sounds terrible. I'm sorry if you're going through that. Caroline Rose, what's going on? I go on walks with my dog in the morning, really simple around the block. Yeah, start out small. Do things, normal routine things. And that's awesome. Good for you, Caroline. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, walk your dog. Walk somebody else's dog if you ain't got one. Go mow. Yard work is amazing because you're going to get some exercise and you're getting exposure. You're outside. If I got anybody with agoraphobia in here, exposure therapy is going to help you tremendously. I never was agoraphobic. I did spend a lot of time inside because, I didn't like driving. I was unemployed a lot during my anxiety days, and I was depressed, so I just stayed at home. I wasn't necessarily scared to go outside. That's just where I ended up a lot. But if you have agoraphobia, exposure is going to be tremendous. It's going to be tremendous. So let's see what else we got here. Adam Nelson, did you or does anyone get weakness in a hand and foot on the same side? I never really got them at the same time, but I definitely would have moments where I got weakness in my hand. I really couldn't explain it. I guess it can come down to blood flow. So that's something to think about. Crazy skill sets. How did you get used to cold showers? Man, I just beasted it. I don't even think I'm not used to it still. It's still kind of a shock every time. But it is a lot better now. It's like I know why I'm doing it. So they definitely help me out. And by the way, if you haven't seen my video on cold showers helping you with anxiety and depression, go check that video out in my uploads because it could be beneficial to some of you. Cold showers are amazing. They do so many things, including like weight loss. They help with muscle recovery and pain. But the effect it has on your mind is kind of the same as an effect that an antidepressant will have in your neurotransmitters. Excuse me, getting tongue-tied there. So it's a natural way. It's kind of like a natural antidepressant if you can think of it like that. Except you don't have to worry about side effects or withdrawal symptoms either. Withdrawal symptoms from like quitting cold showers. So yeah, I'm not really completely used to it, but it is a lot better than it was. Kylie Gibson, how can I deal with muscle tightness in my back and chest area? Thank you. You're welcome. Let's see here. Muscle tightness. There's a lot of different things. Now, for immediate help with like muscle tightness and tension, there's a couple things you can do. Like I try to give you some short-term stuff, but I don't want you to just try to do the short-term. The long-term is what's going to really, really help you with your anxiety, and that's going to make... I just want you guys to realize that these symptoms that you're getting are from anxiety, so you have to work on your anxiety to make those symptoms go away. I don't want a lot of you to get too caught up in, like, immediate gratification, like, relief. I know that you want that, but all in all, you might make it feel better for a few hours. Like, I'm going to tell you, Kylie, like, taking a really hot bath might help loosen up some tension. Getting a massage might really, really help. Doing some light exercise might help. Doing stretching and yoga could help out a lot with your tension. Just getting somebody to rub the knots in your back. I had knots all in my back from anxiety. Now, I would get my girlfriend at the time to kind of rub those knots out, but at the same time, it didn't fix the problem magically. The next day I got up and I had them again. So you have to work on your anxiety to get better at that. But yeah, massage, hot bath, stretching, yoga, all that's good. Drink plenty of water. Stay hydrated. I say this in my videos all the time. 80% of us are chronically dehydrated. That's crazy. And hydration is going to help you with your joints, inflammation, muscle tension, pain like that. So hopefully that answers you a little bit, Kylie. Goal is long term. All right, Michael. What's up? What's up? Hey, how you doing, man? I've seen you a lot in the comment sections of my videos. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you guys for even stopping by in this live stream. Let's see. Avery Plank, what's up? I haven't had any bad panic attacks since I quit everything. I'm back in the woods living well. I've been eating veggies and meats, not too much junk food. Wow, that's amazing. I love to hear little success stories like that. I'm glad that you are doing better. Anybody notice I shaved a little bit today? Trust me, my wife was happy. She hates it whenever I have a lot of scruff on my mouth. She says it like pokes her whenever I kiss her. So I went ahead and shaved. I get lazy sometimes. I don't like shaving all the time. Let's see. Crazy skill sets. I did research. They say people with high anxiety is lacking magnesium. Cool. Yeah. Magnesium's always been tied with anxiety. Well, anxiety aid, excuse me. Michael, slowly but surely building. Yeah, that's the goal. Like I tell everybody, anxiety is not going to miraculously go away tomorrow. Like, you're going to have good days and you're going to have some bad days. And as time goes on and you're doing all the right things, you'll have fewer and fewer bad days. And it's about how you handle those bad days, to be perfectly honest. So keep working at it, Michael. You're doing a good job, it sounds like, already. Amy Scott, lying here thinking I can feel a valve problem in my heart despite the fact the doctors have checked me over 7 times. But yet I can still feel it, like normal beats, then like another forced beat. I mean, that's tough, Amy. Whenever you've been told, I don't know what all testing you had done, but usually the doctors are pretty good at diagnosing issues like that. If you have some major issues with a valve, that's going to show up in your testing. All I can say, I mean, I'm not a doctor, so I refuse to diagnose you with anything. I can tell you that I think it's anxiety. I can tell you I dealt with those kind of doubts all the time. One thing I like to think about is, like, straight up, they are the experts and we are not. We're not a doctor because we didn't go and get all the training for 8 years. So they're professionals. We have to put trust in them. If we aren't putting trust in doctors, then who's going to diagnose you? I mean, what are you thinking is going to happen? So sometimes we have to really think about how irrational we're feeling. And also, we are very super high aware and hypersensitive to every little thing. I can promise you this. Even the healthiest of people probably have minor little things that happen to their heart throughout the day. They don't notice it. You might have like an extra beat or something, or you might have a brief period where you have a little bit of tachycardia or something. I'm just saying, or yeah, I mean, I don't know. These things can happen to even normal people, and it doesn't mean you have a condition. It doesn't mean that something is wrong with your heart that's serious or anything like that. But whenever you have bad anxiety, if you're anything like me, I was super aware. I felt everything in my body at all times. So frustrating. My mom's a nurse. Luckily, she actually told me that. See, I don't know. I was pretty proactive. I did my research, but I didn't have like YouTube channels and people to look up to and to go to their channel and learn about these kind of things, hear testimonies. I thought it was pretty, taboo to have what I had. And now, like quite a few years later, mental health awareness is getting a little bit better. And there's multiple channels that are talking about this stuff, and it helps so much. I really, really wish I would have had something like you guys have now to get better at anxiety. I had my mom that I asked for reassurance, and I would go to the doctors and get my testing done, and I would just do some article reading. I didn't have anybody talking to me being like, I went exactly, I dealt with the same things that you're dealing with. So you guys are very, very lucky to have these resources. Very, very lucky. So take advantage of it. And I appreciate you guys watching my videos, but I'm just trying to help you out. Michael, talk about derealization, depersonalization. So, yeah, I didn't deal with this like a ton, but quite a few times. Usually during my worst panic attacks, I would have a little bit of depersonalization. If you don't know what that is, it's like this feeling of being detached. You're not sure what reality is. Let's see. Things just don't seem real. Things seem fake. I would have slight paranoia at that time, but paranoia, you know, can be associated with depersonalization. It's a very weird state, if you will. Yeah, your mind is just kind of drifting off. Some people say that they can see themselves from above. It's just a really, really freaky experience. Now, whenever I really, really think about it, though, I had these little episodes of depersonalization before I even had panic disorder. Mainly whenever I was a child, and it would just happen. I don't know why. It was activated by being in the car. We would be driving, and I'd be looking out the window, and out of nowhere, I would kind of space out, and I would just question my existence. And I'd be like, "Why am I here? What is that? What are trees? What is the road? What is this car? Why is this happening? What's the meaning of life?" And I'm all thinking of this stuff at like 7 and 8 years old, and this happened all the time. Probably once every 6 months back in the day. As I got older, that didn't happen so much anymore until I got anxiety disorders. And then during intense panic attacks, I would have these little spurts of depersonalization. I'll quickly do a shout out right now. Go check out Depersonalization Dude on YouTube when you get a chance. He's a great YouTuber. He has a lot of value to offer you on depersonalization and derealization. He went through it, so he knows the drill on that. He knows a lot more about it than I know. I can easily admit that. Also, I will put in the description his course on that. He has a course. It's called Done with DPD. It's over depersonalization, derealization, and he helps you overcome that. So if you're going through that, definitely check out that course. So I will have that in the description below once this live stream is done. It might actually be down there now. I'm not sure. Let's see. Avery, what's a good source of magnesium? Honestly, dude, I don't know what foods have a ton of magnesium. I'm not even going to straight up and even try to act like I know. I just know the supplements that people take, and I know that people that have a lot of anxiety tend to have lesser amounts of magnesium. So I'm not even going to sit here and act like I know. That's an easy Google search away, however. I can do that for you right here. Maybe I can learn something. But honestly, I just had no idea what actual foods have that. So let's see. Almonds, cashews, black beans, peanuts, whole wheat, whole grains, spinach. Okay, I did know spinach. I don't know why I forgot, but spinach and dark leafy greens. So that's something that has that. So eat more of those foods for increased amounts of magnesium. Michael, you've had it for years. Worst symptom. Yeah, it's kind of scary. Some people actually embrace depersonalization, which is really weird. Like they really enjoy it, but I guess everybody's different. Breaking Neck gonna make some deal, man. I hope that's still helping you with your stomach issues. Michael, PhD in Google Health. Yeah, right. Graduated from WebMD. Yeah, I spent so much time on that site. Like, it was ridiculous. Site's like the devil for anxiety sufferers, health anxiety sufferers. Avery Plank, Michael, that is great, really funny. Yeah, it's true though. Like, we think we know everything as health anxiety. So, like, I thought I knew everything that was going on with me. I can't count the amount of times that I was dead certain that I had a certain cancer. Like, I was dead certain. Nobody could have changed my mind on it. Let's see. It's so hard to get over health anxiety. It feels like I'm dying all day, every day. I listen to you every day. It's helping. I'm glad it's helping. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your name. Asia. So hard to get over health anxiety. Yeah, it's a grind. It's something that you have to work at each and every day. It's, like I said, you can't take any breaks. You can't. You have to keep pushing forward, keep building momentum. That's how you get over it. The rough days will become more, further in between. So whenever that starts to happen, you are getting the upper hand. So keep on pushing. Let's see. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind on these. Do you think that weak heart rate can be an anxiety symptom? No. I don't personally think that. Again, I'm not a cardiologist, but if anything, anxiety is going to make your heart beat harder and stronger. I had a very strong heartbeat whenever I had anxiety. I don't know if any of you have ever noticed yourself. You can see your heartbeat in your stomach. Man, I remember the first time I saw that. That literally freaked the crap out of me. I was like, man, there's something wrong with me. If you're really skinny and thin, it's very easy to see. I'm not telling you to freak out over that, but it did freak me out at the time. I just had a very strong, powerful heartbeat at the time. But I don't think it would cause a weak heart rate. Crazy skill set. Since anxiety, I cut off a lot of friends. All I thought I needed was my wife. Was wrong. We need family and friends. Yeah, I did that too. I isolated myself a lot whenever I had bad anxiety. There was a lot of embarrassment, a lot of shame and guilt. I mean, I would have panic attacks everywhere I went, so I couldn't really do anything fun with people. We would take trips, and I'd have to tell them to pull over. I'm having a panic attack. So annoying. I had a friend come and visit me one time whenever I was living in Nacogdoches, and he drove a long ways to come see me, and we were going to go to town. We were going to go golfing. We were going to do some other stuff. And on the way there, he had to stop, and I had a major panic attack. We got into town. It wouldn't stop. It was like one of the worst panic attacks I've ever had. My vision was going blurry. It was so bad. I was certain I was about to just die. So, and I had to suck down like 3 beers to calm down, and then I just went back home and went to sleep. It was freaking terrible. That's how a lot of my days went. Here. Agree, Rider Man, you helped me a lot. Thank you for your dedication. You are so welcome. Life changes. When looking for a counselor to talk to about depression and PTSD, do you have any recommendations on how to find a good one? Well, I mean, there's a couple of different things you can do. You can look for somebody locally, or you can find somebody online. I would just suggest looking up the reviews on these people and finding somebody that you trust, finding somebody that has a lot of good rep. I mean, it's tough to say don't get anybody that just started, because who knows, that could be the best person that's doing it. I mean, but just do a lot of searching. Don't just pick the first person you find. I never actually did therapy or counseling. I never did that. Maybe it was something I should have done, but I didn't. I didn't have any money at the time. Agree, Brighter. Guys, always watch relaxed stuff like prayers. Always pray at night. It helps a lot. Yeah, it helped with me. Although that's if you're religious. So, I mean, prayer definitely helped me. Amy R. Spinach, avocados, pumpkin seeds. Thank you a lot. Thanks a lot for adding that. Yeah, I really didn't know what foods had magnesium in there. I'm not perfect at knowing, nutrition. I'm not a nutritionist by any means, so I'm not going to try to act like one. But whenever I do find out, information and do my research, that's usually when I'll make a video. If you are going vegan, do watch the Simnat Nutrition on YouTube. He is amazing. Do you watch Simnat Nutrition on YouTube? He is amazing to watch, and I'm not vegan. No, I haven't checked that out, but I definitely will now. So it's Simnet Nutrition. Cool. I will write that down real quick. Thank you for that suggestion. Let's see. Caroline Rose, I've been dealing with a lot of grief from my dad passing away 6 years ago from a brain tumor. It's been rough. Definitely got anxiety from it. He was only 57. Yeah, that is very, very, very tough. I also had first off, sorry for your loss. sorry for your loss. I had a grandfather that was 51 and he passed away from a brain tumor. So yeah, both of those ages are very, very young. The best way to deal with that, I mean, so you're dealing with grief. You're getting a lot of anxiety from that. That's normal. It did happen 6 years ago, but everybody handles things in different ways. I don't know. The best thing that I can tell you is to realize that this is just life. I mean, these things happen. We can't explain everything. I don't not really. It doesn't help everybody. You know, there are people that aren't religious. So my faith has always helped me whenever it's come to death and dying. But if I didn't have, I would just have to just real life, and that it's totally normal to grieve. It's totally normal to be upset about this, about what happened, especially to your dad. And that's your dad, so that's like immediate family. It's not even like your grandfather or your cousin. That sure goes out to you. Just work on it each and every day. Like I said, if you're religious, you know, pray about it. Visit his grave as much as you can, and it will help you. I would honestly do that. I don't really handle death. Oh, I really don't. That video of me talking about my baby sister when she died was 7 years ago now, and I still get really, really emotional. Sometimes you just won't ever fully get over somebody dying. It's not normal to really just totally get over somebody dying. It's always going to linger. Just got to figure out how to help that. Did you ever get a tilt table test? No, I did not. Snarky Dreams. Welcome to the live stream. See, Ellis, how long did it take you to get over anxiety once you took action? I mentioned in my videos most of the time, it's about a year. I was having 5 to 10 panic attacks a day. I got that knocked down to a panic attack every other day that first month, and it was like once a week, and then it was like 2 or 3 times a month and once a month for those last few months. Then I didn't have a panic attack at all for a year. Then I had a relapse, which you can actually find that on my channel as well if you go far enough back in my uploads. I actually recorded my panic attack, so you can check that out. Interesting looking back on that now. But yeah, it took me about a year, and I just had to realize that I still was going to have my bad days. Your subconscious is still working on a different level than your conscious mind. Your conscious mind has these good intentions, but you're got it wired in your hard drive to fear certain things. So it takes a while for that to balance back out. So that's why you have your good days, you have your bad days. But as long as you're having good days, like, you know, you're doing better. Let's see. I'm going to a counselor now, and it's help. Thank you for sharing that with everybody, Caroline. If you think you need to go do that, guys, as part of being proactive, go do it. I mean, I don't know what money is like. I'm not even sure if medical insurance covers that. If somebody knows that, let me know. That way I can actually start telling that to people in my videos, that insurance can cover that. I'm pretty sure insurance would cover that. Crazy skill sets. I'm pretty sure me always looking for reassurance from my family. I think it starts pissing them off, which made me feel lonely and scared. Yeah. That sucks because a lot of people, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, most people, 99% of people do not understand what you're going through, what health anxiety is like. You're going to hear a lot of just get over it, just relax. Oh my God, you're not dying. Just shut up, stop it. You're going to hear a lot of that all the time. You're just going to have to not take that in a horrible way. They just don't get it, and you can't make everybody understand. Surely you can't make everybody understand at once. My mom helped. She still got frustrated with me sometimes, but most of the time she was there for me and helped me. Find 1 or 2 people and just go to them. Keep going to support groups like the Facebook group that I created. I put that in the description of every one of my videos. Many of you are from that Facebook group, so thank you for being a part of that. Those are people that understand. Find the people that are going to help you. Support groups. Go do counseling. Go do that. The only knock I have on therapy and counseling, and I don't know, I guess you could say it's a pretty big knock. A lot of these people have never even gone through anxiety disorders, or they never went through um, health anxiety, or never had a panic attack in their life, and they're going to try to help you and figure you out because they went to college over it. So I just want you guys to take that into consideration. Be careful about what you expect. Of course, if you're paying for something, you want it to be good. I got this fly, like, really excited about my situation up here. Just be careful about what you're expecting from it. I'm sure that you can find counselors online that have been through all that, and that's probably a good thing to go about doing, is finding somebody online and seeing their bio, see what they've actually been through. I'm not saying that people that never dealt with this, that went to college, are all going to be horrible, but find somebody, in my opinion, that's been through it. I could honestly do a lot more good helping some of you guys through private sessions, I think, than some people that have doctorate degrees in psychology that have never gone through any of it. Because sometimes you just have to go through something to really help somebody out. And that's my honest opinion. I still think that there are good therapists and counselors out there, and that you should seek that if you really are interested. Background, by the way, thanks. I need to get me like 3 or 4 more of these backgrounds so I can start rotating them out for my videos. I don't want to keep, exhausting the same one. But yeah, appreciate that, Chris. There's a lot of things I still need to get for this channel. My 6-month and my anxiety. I'm a very strong person, but this event breaks me. That's totally understandable, man. I'm so sorry, man. That's just a nightmare. As a father of a small baby girl, that's my fear all the time. Something happening to her, losing her. And I have 3 children. I couldn't imagine losing a child. But it pretty much destroyed my dad when my baby sister died. She was 2 months old. Died of SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. So there was a lot of controversy in that. She was at the babysitter's at the time, but that was a very traumatic event. My sister was there, so it was really traumatizing for her. And my dad, they both went into horrible depression. So it was just one of those tough things, and they're still not totally over it. You can't replace somebody, you can't. Ramsral, thank you for all your help. Oh, you're so welcome. You are so welcome. Fanny Beauty, crying, laughing face. I don't know what I said to make you get cracked up there, but glad I could make you laugh. Hope it's not just because I'm ridiculous. Mohammed Marine, thank you for all your help. I wanted to know what's the difference between heart-related chest pain and a muscular one, or is that because of stomach issues? This is kind of complicated, but I actually did a video, if you want to check it out. It's the difference between a heart attack and an anxiety attack. It's got some good information on that. It's just, if you don't know what a heart attack feels like, then it's hard to, count that out whenever. But muscle tension can happen everywhere, and your sternum can be stressed out from all this too. Pain right in the center of my head punched me in my sternum. This is muscular pain. It will kind of come and go. It changes based on your position. Heart-related pain, especially if you're having a heart attack, guys, I'm just going to tell you this. It's not going to just take a break on you. Like, you're not going to have a heart attack, just going to pain's going to go away, and then you're going to have another heart attack tomorrow. I had to realize how irrational I was thinking. I was thinking I was having multiple heart attacks every single day, and I was labeling them as like mini heart attacks is what I was having. Yeah. So the difference between that, guys, is like heart pain is relentless. It's going to be nonstop. It's going to get worse whenever you're exhausted and working out. That's not to scare anybody, because I would have chest pain too whenever I'd work out, but it was just because my anxiety was high. It's very touchy. You have to go to the doctor and get your reassurance. I hate sometimes talking about some of these things because I don't want to freak somebody out, but I also don't want to tell somebody something wrong. You got to go to the doctor. If you've been to the doctor, you've been tested, and they said it's okay, then the difference between the muscle and the heart pain's just, it's going to get worse whenever you're exhausted. It's not going to matter if you're sleeping. It's not going to matter if you text. Just don't care. Houston, send the text. I'm not going to say mine because now I do have and that below. That's for fan mail, guys. If you ever want to send me anything, just you can send it there. If you want to write out your story and want me to read it on camera, you can send me a letter that way. If you want to send a package, send me a package. If you send me any snacks or anything like that to review or talk about, you can do that. But make sure it's healthy stuff. I'm not trying to eat anything really bad right now. So yeah, you're welcome to do that. My P.O. box is down below. Crazy skill sets. Thank you. I joined your group. So many people going through what I'm going through. It shows I ain't alone. Now I ask them for reassurance. Yeah, that's great. They're going to help you out. That's what that group's for. The singing alto. Hey Trey, you get internal tremors that no one can see or feel. I never did, but I've heard of it. I've heard of people getting them. Oh, got off of here. I think I hear my son. So, let's see. We almost heard him. Thank you so much, guys, for watching the live stream. Make sure that you